Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack and I I heard this from my one of my friends and actually I'm just kinda impressed. I have very mixed reactions to this and I maybe that's something that it's worth to discuss. This happened in Mexico. Baja Californian man becomes first single father to adopt baby in Mexico. It is known that in Mexico, adoption procedures are quite tedious and slow, as institutions have to make sure that the babies grow and develop in a proper home. And this is a fucking lie because these fucking organizations inside the government, every kind of government, US, Mexican, Colombian, Chilean, from Peru, Argentina, fucking Spain, whole European Union. Yeah, nah, Germany, they do. But only because they are just fucking pedophiles doing experiments. Just like since the days of World War II. Oh, and before that, but the Jewish. So saying. These procedures may lead someone to think that only couples can adopt. However, this is not true. A single father or mother can also provide a home for a kid. Now, this is why I'm getting to my mixed reaction to this. I'm against any homosexual, whatever it is, men or women, well, even less women. I remember, I still mentioning Lucio Dupuy, even that kid wasn't adopted. They he was living with a mother that decided to live with a lesbian before she divorced her husband, and she decided along with the feminist brainwashed the mother to make love the kid because well they hate men. That's what a lesbian feminist. Imagine my shock. And especially homosexuals, I saw how they're so fucking ghoulish, and I bet they are not willing to adopt. They prefer paying for a rented womb to have their kid expenses. You're like that fucking woman who gave them a lot of abortions to this homosexual couple by men. Well, homosexuals. It's insanity. Um, on top of that, single mothers. Honestly, I don't. I in current era, I don't think so. Unless they have the resources and they're willing to educate the kid. If they are willing to make it, I'm okay if they're not adopting that. But well, something that actually bothers me is she's going to do it without a father. And then you have the other side. This dude, he adopted, and I saw stories where single fathers raising the kids. You have stories just like with single mothers that they fuck up, they go so fucking ghoulish, and they do some horrible things to their kids. But it's more for the women's side than men. There is a record. Well, I have an article about that, but let's continue with this. Man in Baja California becomes first single father to adopt. On the Facebook page of the National System for the Comprehensive Development for the Family, DEIF, especially in Baja California, the heartwarming story of the first single father to adopt a baby was shared. DEIF Baja California shared a series of pictures on their Facebook page and wrote the following. Today, Bismarck Rogelio met the love of his life. I think that's a poor choice of words, but they got together for the first in a pre-adoption environment full of love and the illusion of for a great upcoming future. It wasn't long before these moving pictures went viral nationwide. Here we can see Bismarck, a Mexicali native, hugging the person who will be his baby very soon. One can see him cry of joy. Don't cry, man, please. Uh, Internet users shared their congratulations and amazement that one doesn't have to be part of a couple to adopt a baby. That's something that actually is one of my mixed reactions because when you hear them from women, oh yeah, you go girl, and then that only using the kid for virtual signaling, for having fucking government aid from taxpayer money and all of this kind of stuff. For men, I know single fathers were rejected from that kind of health for decades. Well, let's continue. Some comments even showed interest regarding the requirements and procedures of adoption in the state. Oh, look, it is. Dog Trape in Tijuana channel are rescued by men. Well, by men. Come on, dog. Yeah, helping me. Yeah, yeah. So, what I'm getting to this. I found this article. Single father households do vastly better than single mother. Here is the real reason why. The consensus is mothers typically make better parents than fathers, yet single fathers do better than single mothers. Here's why. And yeah, I know this is, for my surprise, saying this is a woman writing this. It's extraordinarily well documented how much of a disadvantage children from single mother households have over children whose parents remain together. Well, usually in the US, is if these white bitches go to N words and they, well, how do you use that word? They be called coal mines. They, you could expect a kind of result of, yeah, a kid not being raised well. He will never meet his father. Of course, everyone is discouraging, including myself, that yeah, do never meet or stick to a single mother. She said she's independent. Let her have it. Look at this. For example, studies have found that children that from single mother households are 5 times more likely to commit self-deletion than children from both unbroken households and single father households. Because, well, if is a kid is a boy, be a man. It's been for like this by centuries, for a very fucking long time. 9 times more likely to drop out of high school. 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances. 14 times more likely to commit struggle snuggles. Yeah, but 20 times more likely to end up in prison and 32 times more likely to run away from home. Yeah, and look, we have an link to the said article. Fatherless single mother home statistics. Many school shooters are the product of broken homes. Yes, it's not something to, about guns, it's about broken homes, broken families. Finally, they're finally saying that. Many school shooters are the product of broken homes. School shootings have been increasing, and there is strong possibility that this is the product of single parent homes that are fatherless, the result of a failed social experiment by the family courts. Yes, the family courts force children into broken homes with single parents just because the parents divorce or separate even when both parents are fit. But they decide to give more preference to the mother instead of the father. And you have situations when the mother is a fucking bitch. They left the kid unchecked. They Minecraft the baby, they struggle snuggle the baby, they sell the baby. Oh, there is a lot of fucking stories when it comes to fucking women. Yeah, most of them are women. Broken homes are leading to adolescence epidemics. The following statistics were submitted by Paul Clements, a father in this fight, who has shared this compiled research. Most of the research is gender-based because there has been a strong father initiative over the last decade to get fathers back into children's life after a monotropy standards, which by the way was implemented from mental health workers that the court adopted as the tender years doctrine. This is where the belief that was that mothers were better suited for parenting children. Big mistake there, which drove gender-biased family court policies like tender years doctrine and caused the loss of fathers in children's life. Yeah. Single mother home statistics. Here we have 37.8% of single mothers are divorced, 41% never married, and only 6.5% widows. Brookings Institute assessing the impact of welfare reform on single mothers. I'm going to go back to this because something interesting comes up here. The list does not stop there. Single mother households also account for 70% of all teen pregnancies. That's why female liberation was a mistake. For women, female liberation, this was always a mistake and only benefited the 10% of guys. And that by that 10% I mean Chad and Tyrone. That's the only 10% that they benefit from female liberation and female sexuality. That's it. 70% of all child Minecrafting and they account for the majority of illicit cases, which means yes, a child living in a single mother household is the most likely to be Minecrafted by their parent. Thanks for saying it. Thanks for fucking saying it. And you have another article talking about this. This is from National Library of Medicine. This is from the US. Single parent households and mortality among children and youth. So you have an extract, introduction, background. We focus on three causes of child mortality: unintentional injuries, Minecrafting, and self-deletions. Plausible reasons for thinking that each type of mortality might be elevated for children in single-parent households. And we explain below this may occur because, on average, single-father households compared with two-parent households are more socially and economically disadvantaged, involving less parental monitoring and supervision, including more everyday stress for children as well as parents due to financial insecurity and parent union instability. And this is from Amato 2005. And this one, unintentional injuries are the leading cause of Minecrafting for children in the United States. I say intentional. Well, in this case, what the cases I saw in Mexico, especially Argentina and Spain, is just fucking crazy. It's just fucking insanity. And just to show you something that is biased with feminism, I remember a case of a kid, well, a daughter. Yeah, let me start again. A divorce occurred. The father was fighting the custody of the daughter because the mother was a fucking mentally unwell person. The mother received the custody so easily because, yeah, she's a woman. The misandry was very fucking obvious from the start. The father fought almost a year to receive the custody and they proved that yeah, the mother was mentally unwell. What did the mother do? Minecrafted the daughter by causing her an overdose with pills. The father was very devastated, was destroyed. That's that's one word I can use. He was destroyed. What happened to the mother? She, since she was protected by the Ministerio of Women of Spain, they went as hard to protect her from actually showing that yeah, misandry is true, women are fucking ghoulish, feminism is cancer. They put her on a list to receive amnesty. On top of that, being put in a witness protection program, so they could hide her identity and make her start all over again and repeat the same shit. That's that's what I say. That compared to the U.S. and South Korea, feminists in Argentina and Spain, they make look U.S. and South Korea together like fucking amateurs. Because well, South Korean I know they are very fucking insanity bitches indoctrinated into feminism, but compare it to those two countries, a tier one, and yeah, fucking Spain is a fucking 4 5 world country. They are socialist. This is what happens when a first world problem infects a third world country, and that's even going like for the most superficial part. They there is a lot of fucking problems, and yeah, I mentioned it that the gender gap when it comes to punishment, equality in responsibilities is just so big. The gap is so big in that regard. Men get screwed up day by day by these family courts, by the system, and these kids too. So why I mention in this article? Well, I know this is not complete, and I know I went full circles on all of this going well from link to link because this is another thing that actually someone touched about this. That yeah, I know a lot of people agree that parents that maybe they can have kids, they should adopt, and they should be both a father and a mother. Well, I now in current year we now prove it that single father households do vastly better than single mothers, just like this article says, this headline. The days of traditional families, well, traditional couples that they can have kids, but they could adopt and they have the wealth, those families they are almost reduced to zero. They are almost extinct. And in these third world countries like Mexico, they still have a problem. Well, there are a lot of unchecked parenting. On top of that, any kind of parents' presence in in those kids' lives because yeah, the pump and dump, yeah, they still happening, and I'm still blaming women. They have the biggest fault here because yeah, female liberation and female sexuality, they still open the legs for adults instead of doing the correct thing and maybe meeting the guy, and if they are going to marry, yeah, at that moment, yeah, spread your legs and have kids. And if you can't because well, some fertility problem, at least adopt because there's still a lot of kids to want to receive love, and that's something again that came to my mind that you have a single father in Mexico, a single father adopting, o sea, a dude, a guy, un cabrón, he's actually adopting a kid because, well, maybe, I hope this dude, yeah, he wanted to be a father. He wanted it, and now he's fulfilling that wish. It's not going to be easy to because of this economy. The price is going up because the fucking inflation provoked by the government. And to be honest, I think that even family marriage, traditional marriage is just extinct at this point. At this point, I believe that's completely extinct because how women are entitled nowadays, how they are so gullible to fall into feminism and all this leftist ideology, how ghoulish they are towards. the sense of life. And someone said that maybe a guy who wants to be a father but don't want to risk it with how women are, how the legal system is broken, just like how they mention in these articles. I believe that maybe someone, well, a father is capable. There are even stories that they didn't necessarily go to this whole problem. There are stories where even guys, men, adopted kids, they couldn't provide what would a father in a better condition could have, but they give them the tools to survive the adult world in the past. That yeah, there could be no missteps there, but when it comes to yeah, the majority is because yeah, a father figure is what actually helps to these kids. A masculine role helps society. That's why they're so fixated into erase masculinity because it's the pillar of society. Without the masculinity, the society goes to shit because well, there is weak men. How is that phrase? Weak men create hard times. Strong men create good times. Good times create strong women. Strong women create bad times. Bad times, well, you know how that goes at the end. And something that another thing, men being encouraged to adopt more kids, being single fathers, if they want. I believe that maybe you want to leave a message, a legacy of some kind. Adopt, teach them. If there is men that they have the good values to pass by, and they're willing to do the sacrifice because maybe yeah they want to be fathers, I said go for it. It's proven by facts that yeah, single fathers are better than single mothers. They do far better, and they still get shit on by women. Imagine that. So well, that's this video took too long to make. I hope someone who stick it to the end. Thank you for watching. I'm going to leave you the articles if you want to make your own ideas because yeah, this is something to discuss that actually needs to be discussed because well, society is collapsing by very poorly made decisions from government and women in particular.